How is everybody doing tonight? Well, I hope. So we got something a little different tonight. You see all these boxes lined up here? Um, so we finished. How is everybody doing tonight? Oh, that was the YouTube. I just muted it. So you can see how much it was delayed. Yesterday we finished the Yu-Gi-Oh's Dream Cabriolet, and that was a lot of fun. But it was 29 days, and I'm not in the mood to do another 29-day right at this moment, and perhaps you're not either. So what I have lined out here on the desk are 12 projects that some of them definitely are going to take a day. A few of them might take 2 days, but we don't have to do them all in one day. What I'm thinking is, let me show you what I'm thinking. So the Wheel of Fortune, right? We've got the Wheel of Fortune. And we've got this bunch of, whatever you want to call them, presents. So I'm thinking we take these presents, these puzzles, whatever. We write their names on the Wheel of Fortune, and then we spin it. And for 12 days, we do 12 different projects. And if after we clear one off the map, I get to write in. I'm thinking you can vote in comments, like in the chat, which one we should write in, but we don't want to just leave it crossed out because, then we can end up like spinning the thing and get something we already had, and we got to spin it like multiple times. So we'll replace it. People could vote in chat, or I could pick if nobody cares. And if one of these takes more than a day, we'll just put it aside till we get through the 12 days. So for the next 12 days, it's going to be a puzzle per day. All right, so for whatever reason, I picked up this Pac-Man first. So let's put Pac-Man on the list first. All right, so Pac-Man. All right. If my pen will work. Unbelievable. All right, maybe it'll start working as we go along, but I can read it. That's Pac-Man. All right, the next one, AR game console. I'm just gonna call this one ARG. AR game console. The next one is a card game. Wow, so we picked like 3 different things. We had a plastic brick was the Pac-Man. A Wii type game console is the AR, and Selfish is a card game. This is a Selfish Space edition, but I'm just gonna say Selfish. All right, Fish. All right. Sounds like sell fish, like what they do at the fish market. All right, let's keep going. All right. Here's something I got at the at a yard sale, basically. 50 activities, games, or tricks for kids. It's some like I don't know what this thing is. Let's find out together. It says fun on it. Let's write fun. So we'll just write fun. This board is it's a whiteboard, so I can just erase and rewrite those at any time. All right. What's next here? This one might take more than a day, but it's only 145 pieces, so maybe it could be done in a day. Roker Siege Heavy Ballista. We got 2 Rokers here, so I guess I have to write Ballista. All right. Ballista. Sounds like barista. Those coffee people. And we'll spin this and we'll do one today. All right. Shark Teeth Reef Race. I'm just going to call that shark. Alright, shark. Next one. Alright, Mendocino motor. I don't know what a Mendocino motor is. I mean, I know what it is, but I don't know if that's the like term for it. But basically, it's going to use solar power and magnetic field, and I think it's going to spin around or something. I'm just going to call it motor on the board. So motor. There's a lot of playoffs going on right now, basketball and hockey. I doubt anyone's like too concerned about these set of 10 brain teasers. I'm just gonna write brain on the board. All right, brain teasers. Brain. Maybe brain T. How about that? Brain TZ. Brain teasers. All right, I wrote the whole thing, but I did a mnemonic for the teasers. All right, Roker excavator. So I'm just gonna write backhoe. Or I'm just gonna write B-hoe. B dash hoe. Okay, this one I like. I'm excited for this one. It's just wow. It doesn't have a name. Smart puzzle logic version. I'm gonna call it Tetris. We're gonna write Tetris on the board. Tetris. All right, and for tonight, yeah, no, I guess I am. If it comes up tonight on the AR video game console, I'm not gonna do it. I need to start earlier for that. But anything else, I'll respin if we get the game. All right, the next one. What is the name of this? I'm just gonna call it Jigsaw. It's a jigsaw puzzle. I'm not sure the name. I think it's in another language or something. I'm just gonna call it Jigsaw. Jigsaw. All right. And the last one is kalimba, which is a musical instrument. So, kalimba. Kalimba. All right. It's the moment of truth. Actually, I think we can do like this. All right, so let's spin this and see what we get. Selfish card game. So for tonight, we're gonna do the selfish card game. Let's get that up. Oh, okay. No, there is one more thing we have to do. We have to erase. All right, so let's find the selfish card game. And then we have to erase the selfish card game from the whiteboard. And we have to decide which one we're going to put down twice. So selfish is what we're doing tonight. And I'm going to put this Tetris one down twice. Yeah, there's nobody in chat, so I get to pick. All right, so I'm going to erase selfish and add Tetris so that has now, twice as much chance as coming up as anyone else, I guess. Tetris. So on the last night, all 12 will say the same thing, and we'll just, they're all going to say the same thing, and we pretty much know what we're going to get, but that's the plan. I don't know why I wrote Tetris twice. I think I really wanted to write the Pac-Man one twice. But it's good that I messed up because, we don't want it to be too, engineered. Now, I can't fit everything. All right, I'm going to put some of these, on top here. I can't even fit all this stuff, so I'm going to put some on the roof just to, create some space here. Just for tonight, and then we'll go back to, regular camera angles. What is going on? This looks a little, when I turn it. Oh no, now it looks fine. It looked out of focus for a second. Anyway, Let's open this thing up and see what we got. Selfish. The card game where only the ruthless survive. Space Edition. What's this say here? You and your friends. Let me see. You and your friends are floating in space and your oxygen supplies are running low. Only the first back to the ship will survive. This devious strategy game is a race through the vast and dangerous void of space to be the first to reach the spaceship. Attempt to move closer towards survival while desperately preserving your oxygen supply and simultaneously sabotaging your fellow astronauts. Do you have what it takes to survive in space? And better yet, make sure you're the only one that does. Meteorically selfish and ruthless behavior will be needed to survive against wormholes, asteroid fields, laser blasts, and most dangerous of all, each other. So it's some type of zero-sum survival game. You gotta knock out the other players. 20-minute playtime, age 7, 2 to 5 players. So if we had a second person, we could play this right now. I'm not sure. I probably should have lined someone up. It's only a 20-minute game. You know, if my son Nick walks by, I'm going to ask him if he wants to play. But I should have set that. The problem, see, this is the problem with doing the wheel, is that there's two problems. One is doing the wheel. I didn't know what was going to win, so I didn't know to ask other people. And then two, because this show is called Just Rest Your Eyes, and some people are listening to it while falling asleep, I can't shout for him in the other room. I could leave the desk and come back. So we got this at TJ Maxx, but how is the TJ Maxx sticker underneath the shrink wrap? Like, how is that possible? How did they manage that? Does TJ Maxx re-shrink wrap the stuff? Like, did someone buy it, they gave it back, and it's got shrunk wrap again? Alright, let's see what's in here. I think it's going to be more shrink wrap around the cards. But let's see. I mean, it's nice art. All this, like, space stuff. What's with that? Did this guy die? He has, like, a skeleton head. Seems like he died. Alright, looks pretty good. In terms of, like, build quality, at least. I don't know the rules of the game yet. Is this, like, the game board? The ship goes here on this line. Astronauts go on this line. The ship goes on this line. Astronauts on this line. So this is both sides are the same. It's like exactly the same on both sides. So I don't know really what we're doing here, but is this the game board? I don't really know. Ship goes here. Astronaut goes here. Selfish Space Edition. Before you read these instructions, why not watch our easy to follow how to play video on YouTube instead? How would we do that? All right, let's go to YouTube and search like how to play YouTube. What is it? Selfish Space Edition. So we'll say how to play Selfish Space Edition. So let's go to YouTube. Let's search. Why isn't the text coming up? Okay, how to play Selfish Space Edition. All right, maybe we're going to get an answer here. All right, I'm going to turn on the audio from HDMI 2, I believe. I have to turn on the audio. And I got to put in the headphones And then we're going to click on this and see what happens. Oh, you're not seeing what I'm seeing yet because I was doing that. I had it on HDMI 1 the whole time. So basically I ran a search for how to play, and it looks like there's a 2-minute video, so let's watch it. I don't hear the audio. Is it muted? HDMI 2. I still don't hear the audio. Why don't I hear it? Is this thing muted? You know what? It could be muted on the A10 Mini.
The game. Turn your astronaut over, but keep hold of your cards.
I needed to press.
The game can end in 2 ways.
I needed to turn it on the
dies
A10
and there
Mini,
is
so
no
let's
winner.
rewind.
Or one lucky astronaut reaches the ship and wins. Space Edition, the card game where.
Attempt 2.
Welcome to our How to Play video for Selfish Space Edition, the card game where only the ruthless survive. You and your former friends are floating in space. Only the first back to the ship will survive. To start the game, take out the instructions and mission guide. Use your mission guide to place the ship at the top of your play area. Everyone should choose an astronaut card and line them up at the bottom. You now have the 6 spaces you need to reach the ship and win. Deal 1 double and 4 single oxygen cards to each player. Shuffle the remaining game cards and deal another 4 cards each. Shuffle the space cards and place them on the table. The play area should now look like this. There are 3 phases in your turn. Phase 1. Pick up a game card and add it to your hand. In Phase 2, you can play as many action cards as you like. If you don't want to or don't have any, move to Phase 3. Now you need to breathe or travel. Discard 1 oxygen card to stay where you are, or discard 2 oxygen cards to move forwards. Anytime you move your astronaut forward, you place a space card from the draw pile behind you and follow the instructions on the card. Play then moves to the left. If you run out of oxygen at any time, you die and are out of the game. Turn your astronaut over, but keep hold of your cards. The game can end in 2 ways. Either everybody dies and there is no winner, or one lucky astronaut reaches the ship and wins, leaving everybody else to die alone in the vacuum of space. Here's a quick example turn. You pick up a double oxygen. You then decide to attack another player with a hole in suit card, but they block you with a shield. Both cards are discarded. You play another action card. It's a tether. This moves yellow back a space and propels you towards the ship. You could continue playing action cards, but you decide to pay 2 oxygen to end your turn and move forward again.
Alright. I don't think we're going to be able to play the full game today. Because we don't have anyone here to play it with us. But I think what I can do is just like go through the cards and take a look at them. Also, I think it's kind of a simplistic game. As you saw, the instructions were like pretty simple. So, all right, let me stop that video from playing. Hopefully my audio is back online. Wow, I can't seem to stop that video. You're not seeing it, but it was like replaying and replaying on my screen. Anyway, so you needed like a game card and a chance card and an astronaut card and an oxygen cards, and there were like double oxygen cards for when you move, and there were space cards that fill in your spaces, and there were these cards that I think these were the fill in your space cards, and you had to do what they say. These were your oxygen cards, which you had to spend them just to stay where you are, or spend like in double to move. Are these no, these are your like power ups, I guess you can call them. Excuse me. It's like the things that you can do. Oh, and here's the double oxygen. So where are the astronaut cards? Well, let's just put them back in here. So astronaut. All right, this space. Game over. Game. All right, so 2 of them say game. So those all go here. 1 of them says space. It goes here. This one looks like it's also a game card. I don't know why it doesn't say it. It says oxygen. So oxygen. But this one's double oxygen. And then this says hyperspace, which is a space card. And it's got a game over here, but it looks like the same pose. So I guess it goes here. So I guess the astronaut cards are in there. It's kind of an astronaut logo. All right, so let's take a look at some of these cards, see what they look like. I guess let's start with the astronaut cards. Probably the smallest deck. All right. If I can get in there without cutting myself. All right. So, wow, that's really blurry. That's blurry too. All right, this is probably the least blurry. All right, hyperspace. The space-time continuum bends and you are transported forward 1 space. Well, that's good. You move forward. Mysterious nebula. You float through an incomprehensible cloud of strange dust and gases. Pick up 2 game cards. These are the space cards. Where are the game cards? All right, so there's another one. Cosmic radiation. You are hit by deadly cosmic rays slowly boiling your insides. Discard 1 oxygen to make it through. Cosmic radiation. So that's a common one, cosmic radiation. And yeah, I think it's like, that makes sense. There's a lot of cosmic radiation out there. Useful junk. You salvage a load of scrap from a nearby ship wreckage. Pick up 1 game card. Okay. I mean, I like it. It's like better than Chutes and Ladders. This card is blank. Nothing to see here. So nothing to do here. You just kind of... If this back fills you, it's not good or bad. It's like neutral. Is that the most common card? The neutral card? So it's just going to like fill in space. You know, it's going to be interesting to see what the board looks like as you fill it in, because as the astronaut moves forward, like moves forward across the board, you're like backfilling these cards. So it'll kind of create some image, you know. I mean, not a cohesive image, but you know, you'll get something from it. Moves through there. All right. So we're still looking through these space cards. Yeah, there's a lot of them. All right, here's our astronaut cards. So blue, green, red. I believe it said 2 to 5 players. Purple. There should be 1 more astronaut card, right? Well, that's only 4. Where's the 5th one? Oh, yellow. Here we go. So, yeah, game over. So I guess you flip them over when you're out. You flip. So when you're traveling, it's like this. You're like this. And then if you lose, you're like this. How about that? So let's pretend that we're playing. We kind of, we're not going to go through it all, but we're just going to kind of pretend there's a game going on here. So everybody, the astronauts all start here. Let's do 3 astronauts. We don't need like a million astronauts. All right, so they start moving through, and they start backfilling with like the space cards as they move through. And then let's say one of these guys hits some bad luck, and he's out of the game. So that's what happens. He's out of the game. All right, there's a second pack of space cards. Obviously, there's not going to be more astronauts. Oh no, these are the playable. These are the playable cards that you can use. These are not the backfill cards. So why do they both say space? This one says space, it might be your last. Space, it might be your last. So I don't know how you're going to tell these cards apart. Like one set is backfill, the other set are like cards that you can play. But like I think these are the space cards and these are the game cards. But these ones over here say game. Right? They say game. Oh, you know what? This says space. I bet you this card says game. If we actually open it and take a look at it. All right, before we do that, let's get to this. We didn't look at these. These might just be the instructions. Taking your turn, add 1 game card, choose to play as phase 2, choose to play action phase 3, breathe by discarding oxygen, or travel to oxygen. So reference cards. So these are like instructions, taking your turn. Phase 1, add 1 game card. Are these all the same? Oh, they're like 5 reference cards. Oh, that is really nice. So you know how there are 5 astronauts of each different color? So you each get a reference card. So like when you're playing with people for the first time, you play that 2-minute video, and then you give everyone a card, and then you start playing. You should be able to get going pretty quickly. So everybody gets a reference card. I think that's nice. I would say I'd put those in with the astronaut cards. Everyone gets an astronaut card and a reference card. All right, now let's get back to opening up this space. It says space, but I'm predicting it's a mix of space and game because this card looks like a game card to me. Let's see here. Yeah, it's a game card. All right, so I'm going to put it with the other game cards. Ooh, spaceship. That's where we have to get to. Spaceship goes here. Is there only one spaceship? Like one person claims the spaceship when they get to the top? I forget what we were doing, but I think that sounds right. Like probably one person claims the spaceship, you know? There's only one spaceship card, right? All right, so let's get back to the space cards. Wormhole. Oh dear, you have been sucked into another dimension. Swap places with another player of your choice. Wow. Well, at least you get to pick who you swap places with. All right, so that's another space card. All right. Solar flare. Your eyeballs have been partly melted. You cannot play any actions while this card is directly behind you. So, you know how you're backfilling the space cards? Like, as you move forward, you backfill with space cards. So if this one, you basically lose a turn if this is behind you. Or is lose a turn an accurate description? What does it do? You cannot play any action cards while this card is directly behind you. Okay, so you can't play any action cards. I'm not sure that's not exactly the same as losing a turn, but you can't play any action cards. Gravitational anomaly. An invisible force has pulled you back in time. Maybe. You can't remember. Move back a space. So if this card backfills behind you, okay, sorry. So let's say you move forward. This card backfills behind you, and I guess you double it up. I guess you just go back to this location. All right, meteoroid. I didn't realize that was such a tough word to say. Lose items to narrowly avoid being obliterated. If you have 6 or more cards, discard 2. Wow. You lose cards there. Yeah, I mean, there's some chance involved in this game. You pick a space card, you don't know what you're going to get. All right, asteroid field. Giant chunks of fast-moving rock block your path. Discard 2 oxygens to navigate it through. You know what? My son had this for 18 months, and he never opened it, this deck of cards, and I think it's pretty good. And I'm going to suggest to my kids that we play it. All right, so there's 3 packs of these space cards. So I think we're going to have another night where we sit around this table and like 3 or 4 of us, or at least 2 of us, play this game, because I think it's worthwhile. I mean, the graphics they're nothing special, but they're cute enough. The card stock and the whole box presentation, it's a quality build. And as I said, it's like a space-themed Chutes and Ladders, but it's a little bit, I would say, better than Chutes and Ladders. I mean, Chutes and Ladders is a baby game. It's not just that this game is themed, it's that it's just better, I think. I think the gameplay is better. You can, like, play cards and they do stuff. All right, we have them all open now. So these are the game cards. These are like your deck of cards that you're going to play. So let's see what we got here. All right. So shield. Block an attack played against you. Then try not to look too proud. Your giant bubble of smugness. All right, so that's the shield. Wow, how many game cards are there? Probably a lot. Look at another player's hand and take a card of your choice. Take forever choosing for added effect. So you can steal a player's card. Oxygen siphon. Steal 2 oxygens from another player. Is there like another game has the exact same moves and they just rethemed this? It kind of feels like these. Like I've heard of these like things before. When you reduce them to drop a card, move back a space, steal a card. I mean, they sound like moves I've heard before, but they're space themed. All right, tether. Make a mockery of the laws of physics. Move yourself forward 1 space and pull another player back 1 space. You forward, them back. Yeah. It's like Chutes and Ladder for 15-year-olds or adults or drunks, whatever. Oh, the oxygen. I forgot about you got to spend the oxygen. You need this to breathe. All right, yeah, there's going to be a lot of oxygen cards. You need this to breathe, run out at any time, and you die. Yeah, you definitely don't want to run out of oxygen. That would be a bad idea. Hole in the suit. That sounds equally bad. This astronaut appears to be cursing. There's like something hissing coming out of his suit. He's falling. He's upside down, but I'm not sure that really means anything when you're in space. Like, he's upside down on the card. If he was in space, I'm not sure what being upside down would mean, really. But anyway, totally an accident. make another player lose 1 oxygen. How unfortunate. So basically, you play this against another player and he loses 1 oxygen. I don't know why that made me laugh so hard, but I guess it was unexpected. Okay, so these are the playable cards, so we got to expect that they are going to be played against other players. Look at this one. The guy's shooting the other guy with a laser. I mean, I guess there's only 1 shuttle home and they're competing for it. I mean, I don't have to guess. We played the instruction video. I just forgot. Blast another player, back a space, and watch them suffer. Yeah, we definitely going to play this game on camera one night. This looks good. Looks like fun. Rocket boosts. Move forward 1 space. Mock the other players for their lack of jet propulsion. I never played that Exploding Kittens game. I wonder if this is the same. No, there was a bomb in that game, so this isn't it. Tractor beam. Take a card from another player without seeing their hand, then float away inconspicuously. And this only plays in 20 minutes. And as you can see from the game board, it's like 1. You start here. Let's call that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got to travel 5 spaces, and then the plane is at the 6th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shouldn't there be 7? No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, let's stack up the cards and see how many we can fit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just stack any random cards to get that. No, I can't do it incorrectly. 4. Let's grab some space cards. 5, 6. I think you can fit 1 more. 7, 8. I think, is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How did I get 8? All right, yeah, it's 7. It's a 7. The board is basically 7. You have to advance 7 steps. There's no like side to side other than you play against the other people, and the plane can move side to side and you can play side to side, but your character just goes straight down this line. And it's only 7. So yeah, this game is going to go quick, I think. As they said, you can have 5 people playing. It's only going to take 20 minutes, so it's a quick game. All right, more shield, more oxygen. Why are we getting doubles? More oxygen. This whole stack is oxygen. We've done it. We've went through the entire game. All right, so I think that's like the shortest episode that we've done in a while. Just looking, it looks like this doesn't say. Yeah, 38 minutes so far. Let's see. So we looked today at this Selfish Space Edition, but we have a lot more that we're gonna like look at. We got these 2 games here, and I've got stacks and stacks here, here. I can't get them all on camera here, but basically we got them all on this wheel, and over the next 12 days we're going to be spinning the wheel each day. That doesn't count. I moved the camera so you can't see. So basically each day we're going to spin that wheel, and we're going to pick that's the wrong camera. And we're going to pick from whatever shows up on the wheel. That's what we're going to do that day. So this was the first day. I'll maybe even add to the title like day 1 of 12, because we're going to do 12 puzzles. We're going to do 12 things in 12 days. Today was day 1, so come back tomorrow for day 2. I'll see you then. Good night. See you tomorrow.